Do you remember back in 2015 when a artist-musician named Kanye West announced a 2020 presidential run at the MTV Music Video Awards?
As you probably could have guessed by this moment, I have decided in 2020 to run for president.
Yeah, I remember that. That was weird. And at the time, when I first heard it, I thought it was a joke. I mean, Kanye 2020 shirts were immediately put on sale, and then they sold out. And then shirts with his whole speech were sold, and those too were sold out. So naturally, I assumed that this was a weird business move / PR stunt that was just done in order to sell products and make money. I thought that was it, and it wasn't going to go any further. And for a while, that was true. Kanye 2020 jokes died out pretty soon. It became a dead meme pretty quick after the announcement. It had a little resurgence when Kanye put on the MAGA hat and met with Trump, but it was considered a footnote in a very long list of weird things that Kanye West has done. Nothing more, nothing less. Fast forward 4 years from then to July 4th, 2020, when this happened. And it's a lot to think about. So let's talk about it. If you, for some reason, are watching this video after 2020 and you need a refresher, first of all, wow. What's life like? I wish I could be you. But here's your refresher. The Democrats are backing nominee Joe Biden while the Republicans are supporting the current president, Donald Trump. And that would be all well and good, except that a significant population of Americans don't want to support either of these people due to the numerous scandals and charges both individuals have on their records. No matter who you'd rather support between these two people, you have to acknowledge the fact that they are not perfect in any way. Even if you for some reason idolize these people, it's pretty clear that they both have problems. Things are divisive in our country right now. So it's probably a really bad time for Kanye to double down on his commitment to run for president in 2020. But he did it anyway. And as Kanye probably hoped, this announcement blew up. Everyone couldn't tweet fast enough how Kanye has their vote, or sharing jokes about how Kim Kardashian could potentially be the first lady, to jokes about Kris Jenner managing Kanye's cabinet, to Elon Musk being in charge of the science division jokes, or in some cases, paragraph-long discussion posts about how this is all a big conspiracy manufactured by Trump in order to get Kanye to split up the undecided black Democratic vote. And if you want, there are plenty of videos about all of those things for you to watch if that's something you're interested in consuming as media. But honestly, I don't want to talk about that tonight. I don't like talking about Kanye West on a normal day. Here's my problem. A lot of people are saying that Kanye is doing this for attention and we should ignore him. But the problem is that, like it or not, Kanye is a very influential person, right? He has a lot of media buzz around him, and he's very recognizable in his weird, esoteric ways. Ignoring a celebrity like Kanye West and their presidential run will not make it go away. And it's not the kind of one-day headline that we can just laugh at and joke about and then shift gears and move on as if it never happened. The way our culture has intertwined media and politics in recent years means that this is going to have real-world consequences on us as people, and it will not be just limited to social media. I know for a fact that because of that tweet, there are people who are going to write in Kanye West's name on the ballot. Granted, statistically, there were probably some people who were going to write Kanye's name on the ballot before any of this happened. But now I know that that number is going to go up. Do I think he's going to win? Absolutely not. Of course not. But that's not important. Back in the 2016 election, thousands of people voted using the write-in name for Harambe. And yeah, it's a joke. Kind of a forced joke at this point. But considering how close the 2016 election was, I don't know for sure, but that amount of people who considered voting as unimportant or as a joke could have swayed the election in different ways, to varying degrees. And just like then, writing in the name Kanye West on your ballot is going to take votes away from actual politicians. And I know they're not good people. I don't like Trump or Biden, if I can be totally honest. And there's nothing Kanye can do to convince a majority of Americans to consider him more qualified than a politician. Like, there's just no way that happens, even if he had been campaigning for all 4 years. But does he know that? I mentioned earlier that there is a conspiracy that Kanye is attempting to divide the vote against Trump. This is backed up by the fact that Trump and Kanye have met multiple times and are quoted as friends. So is this one big ploy? No. Or yes, but it doesn't matter. And if I could be candid, part of me thinks that none of this matters. And in case you don't know me, Jesus. And in case you don't know me, or this is my first video that you've watched, first of all, hi, I'm Duncan. Secondly, I'm usually not this defeatist and sad. In all of my commentary videos so far, I have tried my best to spin things at the end in a positive light, and see if there's a lesson that us, the viewers, can learn and improve based on. Because at the end of the day, the people I talk about in my videos aren't the ones who watch it. And full disclosure, I am not a Kanye West fan. I enjoy the first few notes of Runaway, but like, who doesn't? And besides that, his music is just not what I'm into. And it's hard to avoid hearing about him, so I hear about him a lot, whenever he's in the news headlines. So I've always sort of seen him as sort of a egotistical businessman, a creative egotistical businessman, but an egotistical businessman nonetheless, with an eccentric and diehard fan base. So to be fair, I do not know a lot about Kanye, but I don't exactly know how anyone can back him up as a presidential candidate. Like, say Biden or Trump weren't even in the running, what about Kanye makes people think that he would be a good president? Because I don't know. And I also don't know how to turn this story into a positive. I don't know how to find a lesson in this for us to walk away with, because I don't see this story as a learning opportunity. I just see it as destructive. And before you tell me that I'm taking all of this too seriously, I know that I am, but that's just how my brain works. And this is my stupid little channel, and I can post whatever I want. American politics are a shadow of what they used to be. Not to say that they were ever good in any way, because they clearly were not. But every new political scandal that happens seems to be another kick in the ribs that things are just not on the right track. And I think part of me misses the feeling of being a kid and not understanding a damn thing about politics. And I remember that clearly. The first president I remember is Obama. I never heard any details about news about politics or what was happening in the world. Maybe because I was a kid, maybe because nothing like what happens now was happening. I don't know. I just knew that I felt comfortable that the adults were handling it, and I could go back to making my Lego Darth Vader fight my Lego Harry Potter in peace. And I don't know about you guys, but the Trump presidency has been tiring. A new scandal, whether it's newsworthy or not, has been happening every week. And it's been weighing on me. Probably more than I should be letting it, but I can't help feeling helpless every time I hear that there's a new policy that is hurting people out there somewhere. Or there was a big cover-up that was stopping us from knowing the truth about something. And I hate knowing that I have no control over it. Me, some 21-year-old film student idiot, can't do anything to help my loved ones and friends on this scale. The amount of people buying into just the idea of Kanye running for president is an example of just how different things are now. People are now growing up in a world where this is looking normal. And how do we go back from all of this? Is it possible at all? This is starting to turn into more of a rant video than anything, so let me try and wrap this up. I'm going to do my best to try and end this on a positive note, so bear with me. In the past few years, a lot of my friends and family have come to me needing support because they're stressed out about something that happened in the political world, right? Like, a new scandal happened, our country is threatening another country. There are so many times that the people in my friend circle have been freaking out, and they've needed me to tell them that it's going to be okay. And it's hard to have an answer for that every time, but there has been something that I tell them whenever they come to me about this. And I'm going to say that to you now. We, as people, have survived so much crazy shit before that I know that whatever crazy shit comes up next isn't going to stop us. There hasn't been anything in this world bad enough yet that it's stopped us from moving forward. We're still here. We're still going despite everything. And that fills me with the hope that, like, maybe there isn't anything realistically that can stop us. Maybe we as people are meant to keep moving forward despite everything. And I don't think that Kanye West running for president is the worst case scenario that's going to prove me wrong about that. But it sure does feel like the next step down a really weird path that we might not be able to fully recover from. But I'm still hopeful, for better or worse. I think that there's still time for things to turn around and start being a little more good again. Despite everything, I am still hopeful and inspired. And I do think that after 2020, things will start to get better. I hope this video ages well. Yeah, this isn't coming out.